If you are a man in your 30s to 50s who has a busy career, a family, and you're trying everything you possibly can to lose the belly fat, but nothing is working, then this video is going to be for you. In the next 7 or 8 minutes, I'm going to walk you through exactly why you cannot lose the belly fat, but give you the 3 easy actionable steps which is going to allow you to lose the love handles, sharpen up your midsection, and boost your energy, which you and I both know is probably on the floor right now. Now, this is the exact position that you are in. You are a busy guy. You have kids, you have a good career, you maybe even run your own business. So time is not a thing that you have a lot of. However, you are still making the effort to get into shape. You are trying to go to the gym 2 or 3 times per week, but when you go in there, you don't really have the clarity of what is the right things to be doing. So you'll spend 45 minutes, maybe an hour in there, and you'll either hop around the different machines and kind of wing your way through it, or you'll just make a beeline for the cardio kit and you'll do 30 minutes of cardio to say that you've done a workout. Your diet isn't terrible, but it's not dialed in. Monday through Friday, you make some effort, you try and eat some good sources, but it's not completely optimized. Sometimes you skip breakfast, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you snack, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you have a good dinner, sometimes you don't. However, the big pitfall that you find is that when it comes to the weekend, it's a complete free-for-all. You're so routined midweek with bringing the kids to school, getting into work. When it comes to the weekend, you don't have any of that routine. So as a result, you feel a little bit lost. You then get a takeaway, you're maybe at the pub for some pints, and your effort mode starts to come into play and you just don't really care. But before you know it, you've probably consumed an entire week's worth of calories in the space of 2 days. You start kicking yourself, you feel guilty, you feel demotivated, and you think, what's the point? And that's where you find yourself right now, is that constant stop-start cycle where you're making effort, you're not seeing results. Because you're not seeing results, you become demotivated, the bad habits creep in, you then start to regress, and then you go back to square one where you have regressed that much that you think, I need to get into shape again. And you've probably been in this cycle for a good couple years. So here is the 3 actionable steps that you can implement straight away into your routine, into your lifestyle, to start losing the belly fat and feeling a little bit better. And before I go into these steps, I want to explain exactly why it's the belly fat that you're struggling to lose. See, the belly fat is a result of poor quality within your nutrition, poor stress management, poor sleep, and poor output levels. So remember that as we go through these next steps, because it's not one big thing that you're doing wrong, it is the small, consistent habits that you've got working against you rather than working for you. The first easy actionable step is the invisible calories. Cut them out. If I was to ask you, what did you eat yesterday? You would probably start rhyming off, what did I have for breakfast? What did I do for my lunch? What did I have for my dinner? Did I have a little meal before bed? But the one thing that you won't tell me is the biscuits that you had sitting about the kitchen. It's the snacking that you did after work. It's the extra portion of whatever it is you're having at night. And those are the invisible calories. Just because they're not an exact meal doesn't mean they don't contribute to your overall calorie intake. And because you're not clear on them, these could be adding 4, 5, maybe even 600, 700 calories into your day of eating. That's the difference between being in a deficit and being in a surplus. And the surplus is causing you to gain the belly fat. Now, you don't think that's much, but 500 calories added over the course of 7 days is 3,500 calories. That's 1 pound of body fat. That you are confused, why is the scale not moving? Why is the belly fat not going away? But you're maybe consuming 3,500 calories or more of hidden secret calories. So for the next 7 days, I want you to have 3 straight meals per day. Circle these meals around a protein source and a carbohydrate source. I want you to track your calories as best as you can. Don't worry about setting targets, just track what it is and get an idea of what you're consuming each day over the course of a week. If there is any snacking that goes in and you fall on your judgment, make sure you track it and start getting really clear on the calories that you're consuming. Because once you're clear on this, you can then start to begin eliminating certain things from your diet. You can then start to get clear on what foods you need to consume as you measure your scale weight and start getting leaner. Now, I realize that this type of setup might be new to you, so if you do struggle with setting these things up, I've left a booking link below inside the comments box. Now, if you're new to this and the idea of tracking calories is just a little bit overwhelming for you, I've left the opportunity to book a one-to-one call with myself. This is a diagnostics call where basically I'll go over where you are just now, where you want to get to, and start identifying why you're not there. And we can start to potentially put together a plan to actually get you to your dream position, giving you the knowledge, the clarity, and the understanding. So if you want to go and book that call, go ahead and do it. If we can't help you and it's not the right fit, then it's all good. You still leave the call with some low-hanging fruits that you can implement right away. Step 2 is your overall movement. It's not just the cardio you're doing, and it's not just the gym session you're doing. See, most guys, probably like yourself, because you're so busy and because you're so stressed, whenever you get the opportunity to sit and do nothing, you take it. But what does that mean? Well, it means that when you come home from work, you sit on the couch, and that's probably you for the night. You're not actively going out and trying to get some more steps and be aware of your movement. Now, a lot of that is driven by your diet because you've got brain fog and lack of energy, but the overall movement is going to make a huge difference to the amount of calories that you burn. So instead of sitting about all day and having a really low step count, I mean, some of the guys that we've worked with have thought that the maximum steps they can get is 2,000 or 3,000 per day because they're super busy with work and family. But when they start to have a routine optimized, they realize that they can get 7 and 8 and maybe even 10,000 steps in, and that accompanied with the diet puts fat loss on easy mode without you really having to make any massive effort. Now, practical ways you can move a little bit more: park further away from wherever you're at. If you drive to work, park at the furthest away spot. At the weekend when you're doing the weekly shop, park furthest away. Take the stairs instead of getting the lift. Walk when you're inside the gym, in between your sets. When you do a movement, go and walk around the gym. These little small snippets, 5 minutes here or there, will add up an extra 2,000 to 6,000 steps over the course of a day. Now think about that compounded over the course of a week, a month, a year. Things start to get easier. Now, number 3 is training with intent. See, you think that because you're inside the gym that's enough for you to see progress, but it's not, because you could be in there training pretty much easy mode, and as a result you're not causing the body to have a stimulus to adapt and to grow, and you're not burning the calories that you should do. And if you're going through the motions with everything here, following the same diet, doing the same training program, following the same activities with the same routines and the same habit, and you don't like where you are just now, something needs to change if you want to improve the position that you're in. And starting with the gym is a massive catalyst for that. So number 1, you need to be following a clear and structured program that you can be consistent with every single week. You cannot go into the gym and go, I'll go on that machine, and then the next week you'll say, oh, that machine's taken, I'll go on that machine. Forgot what I did last week, I'll do that. You're not going to make progress with that. You need a clear plan where you follow the same structured routine and you track your lifts. If last week you did a chest press for a 50 kg for 9 reps, try and beat the reps. Try and get up to 12. When you get up to 12 reps on that movement to failure, increase the weight. Go to 55 kg, 60 kg. This is how you're going to make training intentful and work for you. Which leads me on to the point about training to failure. You cannot go into the gym and stop just when it starts to get a little bit burny. You must train yourself to complete failure. To the point where if I said to you, I've got a gun against your head and if you don't do 2 more reps, then that's it. Could you do them? If the answer is yes, you're not training hard enough. Now, I've coached for nearly 5 years now, and in that time I've helped transform over 750 guys go from feeling unfit, overweight, with love handles and energy that they absolutely despised, to having the body of their dreams and walking through every single day with clarity in their brain, drive, and motivation. Now, these guys were no different to you right now. They were once stuck, they once lacked the clarity, and they didn't have the confidence or the know-how to change it. But what they did do was take action by getting the right type of things in place. And as a result, they've seen the progress and they learned how to maintain it. So now they have a repeatable system that they can use for the rest of their life. What happens? Well, let's take our client Adam, for example, who is a chef that works 12 to 14 hours every single day. He thought that he could not get into shape. In his first 10 weeks, he is nearly 8 kg down and has abs. He's a dad and he felt that it was long gone for him. Now look at him. And then there's age. I'm too old, I can't quite kick on. Well, our client Justin's 56 and runs 10-kilometer runs for fun, walks about with abs after losing 9 kg of body fat. Now, none of this is extreme with any of these guys. It is small daily habits that you can implement consistently that is going to massively move the needle for you and your health. So remember, control the calories, move more, train with intent. If you can circle your progress around the 3 of these, I guarantee you that you're going to start losing pounds of body fat, feeling more confident in your physique, and having energy that you want to go about your day with instead of feeling brain fog in every movement that you do. Now, don't just watch this video. You need to do one of 2 things. Number 1, you either book that call with me and you start to get the right things in place ASAP, or number 2, you put into action the things that I have taught you in this video. If you watch this video and do nothing. It is a vote against the person that you want to be and why you've clicked on this video. Now, if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel and watch my older content, and like this video and leave a comment to let me know what you want to see next. And if I don't see you on that one-to-one call, I really hope to hear from you. You've implemented the things I've taught you and you're starting to see progress. See you in the next one.